Right, let's begin. So first things first, switch to machinist. Then probably end up doing that one. And then let's go. Teleport to here. Then switch to Dragoon. That's all. Your timing is fortuitous, as always. We recently received word of an artifact in the Zeme step worthy of the vault. As I am unfamiliar with the lands beyond the Ruby Sea, I would ask you to accompany me. Well said, Kobuto. I knew you had it. This will be greatly appreciated, Delta. Being such a well-traveled adventure, I suspect you're much better suited to guide us. Excellent, then we'll meet you at Reunion. Samae Suino Sato. I was concerned you would only retreat further into your shell being so far away from home, but I'm glad to be mistaken. At any rate, we must not waste any more time. I will come to Kobuto and see what we can learn here at Reunion. You should have a look about as well and see if you can learn all of this treasure. Do you mean the bow belonging to the Castelia boy? I've heard it can pierce the very heavens with it. Yes, I've heard the young Quester Rowan as well. Utkin is his name. Doyle of Garumar suggests you speak with him to learn the truth. I heard the rumors, but who would believe such nonsense? I guarantee you his bow pales in comparison to mine. How did you fare? I spoke with Alvaro of the Castillo tribe. Well, I tried to. I was met with only silence. I pity you were not there. Komodo speaking was a man of fewer words than himself is something that must be seen to believed. How is it they can govern reunion and yet never speak? They gain the trust of their brethren through actions, not words. Indeed, words mean nothing without action to prove their worth. Though I know not how, their silence spoke volumes. It said that we should judge this treasure with our own eyes. That would certainly be the fast way to ascertain the truth of the stories that brought us here. Speaking of stories, were you able to learn anything from the residents of Reunion? Avoid Castillo tribe. I see persuading him to release royal weapons value seems unlikely, but at least we should seek him out. We're likely to find him faster to split up. Tilta, would you try searching south of Reunion? Kabuto and I will go north. Cephalus is here and points southeast. Bereft of his bow, used to say was stolen. The culprit likely made off in the direction Uchkin is pointing. I'll retrieve your bow. Ocean seems a bit slicker for your age. You should leave now before the thief gets away. They both seem quite pleased to have the bow returned. Where did you find it? We were just in the search area with Uchkin's father. The Red Kojin, I didn't expect them to come so far in search of treasure. Come now, Komodo. If we learn about this creature, it stands to reason that they might come to know it too well. That said, the spell doesn't appear particularly, though it does seem easy for the child to wield. So that's the way of it. The bow is for Uchkin's training. Then it was not the bow, but Uchkin's natural prowess that spurred the rumors. I suspect Uchkin was not all that talented when he began practicing. Take a loose look at the bow. The size is perfect for him, and the draw weight seems to be such that he can handle with ease. Moreover, it appears to be far from new, meaning Uchkin has put a great deal of care into maintaining it. I think it was crafted by his father as a gift, and because Uchkin enjoyed the bow so much, he labored tirelessly to master it. It is indeed a treasure in Uchkin's eyes. Well, there you have it. And who are we to ask him to part with something so precious? No, I believe there is nothing left for us here. What is this? I think he means to grant us leave to barter and reunion. He would welcome trade with the Blue Krogan. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Trade here in the Azim Steppe will prove more valuable than any single treasure. Again, we have gained a new ally thanks to you. Your resourcefulness never ceases to amaze. Isn't that right, Kabu? Go. Where was I? Ah, yes, you're so certain. That is much we have to learn from you, Delta. Why do you stare so much? Is something the matter? You suddenly stop moving as if devoid of life. Nonsense, you must be imagining things. I assure you, I am perfectly fine. Ishivara wants us to follow him. No doubt there are still details of our new trade arrangement that must be decided upon. Kabuto and I will hand numbers here. Once we have finished our business and reunion, we'll meet you back here in Tamamizu. Was there a Kubo? Vince's eyes gaze upon the open sky and the vermin who scurried beneath her. Hi, Oneko! Oh geez, my hand was shifted over. That's why I wasn't getting the combo. Oops. go out farther because there's a bunch of those, and I was just going to be going in them in a circle. Something's gonna happen. Okay, avoid those. Okay, they move. I see. Get closer so I can use the crossbow. Get out of the way of that. This way. And it's still going. Get out of that. I can use... Need to keep track to make sure I'm always using the drill immediately upon use. I am low on health. Good, I got healed. Use my auto turret. Oh, okay, I am dead. Hypercharge. Well, I know. It's dead. Unless it just kills us all right now. The night beckons once more. What did we get? Nope. Nope. Those who your day they're born on those tower challenge the sky where watchers are sated. It's almost to go, no, it cannot be. City remains functional after all these centuries. Let us access teleportation nodes. As these events all seem operational, destroy them if you must. Dang it, I had to move immediately, so I lost my flamethrower. Oh well, it's only a minute recharge. It will be charged before I even get to a boss. Use once a barrel. Could this be the heart of Lighthouse Beacon? Child of wars I am. Billy, let's come warm your hands at my fire. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I understand. I must have missed one of the arrows. That's why I got hit. But I see the arrows point one way he rushes across. I just must have missed the one. I must have missed the one that was on this corner. And I'm assuming flamethrower will have no effect on him since he's fire. Or at the very least will be greatly reduced damage. Yeah, I figured as much. Okay, destroy this thing. Let's use overheat. Oh, I see those were pointing the arrows, because there was like arrow thing, I see that. Oh, nails. Okay, no, I cannot attack the nails. Get out of that. That's gonna go that way. Oh, I see. There's a little arrow on, there's a little clock and it points. Alright, can we defeat this before? Oh, duh. Yeah, good, we defeated it before we had to deal with that. We've discovered another device. Whoa. The orchestra here is similar to the lighthouse, yet something feels off. The air is so thin. I believe you see clearing another path. Oh. These totally aren't going to come to life. Yeah, I believe I know where we are. Kept pressing caps lock instead of tab. Was wondering why I wasn't going on them. But there, it's like, where are we going? Warning, entry prohibited. Why are people saying 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 in chat? Subjection dismissal. Dang it. I got caught in someone's area of effect. 1 current vital signs. 5. Over here. Wait, no, that's wrong. I thought I saw multiples. Calibrates to multiples of 5. Oh. Wait, I am 5. Wait, I am 5. So wait. No, I misunderstood because it said multiple, so I assumed I had to go to whatever allowed it to be a multiple of divided by 5, and since I was at 5, I just completely misunderstood what I was supposed to do. I thought it was... You just saw 5 and 4 and dot 20. Another one where we get sucked into a hole. Why? I swear this... Why does this happen so often? Yeah, I misunderstood what it meant. I just saw the word multiple, and I was at 5. I just saw the word multiple and 5. Oh, that's where that acceleration bomb thing is from. That was in the Fall Guys thing. Warning, warning. Research staff evacuate shelters immediately. And I'm realizing I forgot to get myself water, so I'll have to do that after I'm done with the raid. Allowing curves with specified multiples, I'm at 5. Caliber vitals to primes, 7. Multiples of 4. Oh, it died before I could. There's no mistaking it, we are in the legendary clockwork city of Gog.
Long have I waited for this moment, Garlean swine. Come! The blood of my fallen brothers feeds my hate!
ho. What in the world? The side that drags you down to the ground.
The Empire is a cancer, and I am the barber's blade.
I assume there will be some indication when that happens.
I'll tell you, limb from limb. Escape this! Agony and sorrow. Your suffering is not yet over.
Oh, I have to move in. I was like, yeah, I was not fast enough there because I stopped.
You will not have mercy. Agony and sorrow.
Oh wait, no, I am on. Wait, no. Oh, I see.
Escape this!
Oh wait. I was like, no, I got hit by an attack. That's why I went flying.
Agony and sorrow.
I was like, was I going the wrong way? But no, I got hit by an attack, and that almost made me stay on the wrong side.
Run a knife through butter.
Get it right out of that front of that arrow. Run this way. Took damage. Oh well.
Your suffering is not yet over.
Yeah, I'm dead. Oh, I survived that. Yay.
I'll tell you, limb from limb. Escape this!
Oh, I'm dead.
Your pain is my pleasure. You will not have mercy.
Where's minus?
Not yet over.
There it is.
Agony and sorrow. I, the captain, shall deliver the king's justice. Feel the wrath of my brothers.
Okay. I take it there's no way to dodge that.
You will pay for what you have done with blood.
We are supposed to be fighting something. There it is.
knife through butter!
Yep, I got caught.
Your suffering is not yet over. My wounds hurt my strength! Enough! Drag a knife through butter! My death!
Stop, made it pop. Yay.
Many have escaped me in this life, but I shall be waiting in the next.
Right now, do not touch the rock. Redorana Lighthouse complete. Alright, let's see. Yeah, did not get one. Dang it, did not get. Did not get. Did not get. Did not get. Don't need those. I got the poster. Alright, now the question is it gonna put me back where I was, or am I gonna be put somewhere else? Oh, there's Lucas, but what is it doing here unless... Why would you touch it? Alma, are you there? I'm hearing a... Extraordinary. These stones are different, but the craftsmanship is identical. However did it come and be in Vagon's possession? Though they are indeed a different shape, the stones appear to be cut from the same crystal. Oh, they are auracite. Auracite, and what makes you say that? Can't you feel it? You can feel it too. Can't you, Hurdy? Do you recall me telling you that Bagaman considered the necklace special? It was special because it was entrusted to him by Prince Ralzer. He was to return it to Princess Ashila upon delivering Her Highness from Nalbina Fortress. A family keepsake. Of course, and each necklace, each aura site has acted as a lodestone, drawing both our parties closer and closer to Evil Eyes. Indeed, Father. The aura site guides us. Rosa, are you recovered? Thank you, sister. I am well now. I don't know if I trust you right now. From what we know of the Duma and the Otis, vestiges of one's will may endure in aura site. Could it be that the desire of the former owner or creator of these necklaces was simply to return to Evil Eyes? But who could have that been? Ramza Belu. He wanted people to return to his homeland and uncover the truth behind the kingdom's founding. But then why show us Lisala and Gog, you ask? Simple. We are being tested. This aura site is measuring our worth, seeing if we are deserving of that truth. Okay, so he saw something. You say these things as if you knew them, but how could you? Nothing we have uncovered suggests any of the kind. I know you have your doubts, but I can assure you they are misplaced. For now, I must ask you to trust me later, Morale. Yeah, he's acting like... Lady Morale, since when did you... Yeah, something's up with him. Something is up with him. Ramza, are you feeling quite yourself? Of course I am, Sister Dearest. I've never felt better. You are someone else. I sense disturbance in the ether. You are not... Father, these necklaces are gifts. Gifts from the old gods who once watched over the lives of us. It's proof that we have their blessing with this necklace. And those we can finally prove. You are not... You are not the... You are the other Ramza. Thank you, Delta. I know not what coat over me. You are... Yeah. Something is up with him. Ramza, you must rest. Leave me be, Alma. Didn't I tell you I'll be fine? Let me, Kugani. Whatever, that's fine. I had to teleport to get to where I was going anyway. To turn in the Kojin quest anyway. Another adventure under our belts. Hey Delta, I best put pen to page before the details fade. Let us say now go. One would think our discovery is more sufficient to prove the Lexington's claim, at least with regards to Ivor's existence. But something tells me that until Genomus has proof that his ancestors were not the heretics the church painted them to be, he will not rest. And then there's the curiosity city of Ramza, almost throat one moment, all Sister Dearest the next. He was like a different person when it came to, yet I seem to be alone and wondering exactly what happened to him back at the lighthouse. If you ask this lady, he might have taken quite a bump to the head when he fell. Then again, it didn't take him long to turn back into his spiteful little self, so all's well that ends well. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna actually get my water. I have to return it. Alright, I do have to turn in that coding quest, but I am gonna do this until I get to the point of the raid, so that way I can be in the queue while I'm going to turn that in. Greetings and salutations, Delta. I suppose you're wondering whether or not the good Genos family has finally determined where in the world our next adventure is to take us. The good news is yes. The bad news, however. No, well, it's not my nature to be sensationalist. Sensationalism is my job description, so please bear in mind when I tell you not all was right aboard the airship Lexington. Something about all has me deeply worried. I would not trust this information in the hands of my publisher, let alone some sullen gate guard. Shall we continue our conversation on the Prima Vista, away from inquisitive ears? Oh, look! A journalist with integrity. Was that a bad joke? Yes. Yes. Mhm. Question is, where exactly did Ramzan his fellowship journey next? Delta 2, what do we all expect of it? I not plan on summoning you for another several turns of the sun. Apologies, we have caused you any worry. I suppose one cannot allow a reporter in their midst to not expect to report what she sees, though I did not expect a tad more discretion from Miss Merle. Alma, as of late, has been experiencing difficulties with her health. Churdigans have been called upon to discern exactly what ails her, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing physically wrong with my sister. Consensus is the rigors of extended stay in the foreign land have taken their toll on her fragile heart. Delta, when did you? Alma. I'm fine, brother. As you're not, you must return to your chambers and rest. Forgive me, perhaps we shall begin once I regain my strength. Until then, please look after my father. Now then, where are we? Ah yes, the man of our next expedition. As we discovered during our most recent foray into Easter Sands, the Damascus capital of Rabanasir appears to lie upon the ruins of what can only be the royal city of Lysilla, an ancient capital of the lost kingdom of Avalais. Shortly after we stumbled across the remnants of legendary clockwork city of Gog, cleverly repurposed into a lighthouse overkissed Dinradorna cataract, remnants which now sit suspended over the fathomless chasm. Lysella, Gog. What have they in common? I shall tell you. They both appear to be my ancestors' account of the rise of allies, the Durai Papers. After the discovery, the Forbidden Chronicles now proving Ivalasian legend to be more fact than fairy tale. There's no denying proof, and there must be our times for scholars and historians who across Rome come to the same conclusion. But as you're aware, my aims have never been simply to prove the existence of Alice. No, I shall not rest until I reveal the truth of young Ramses' roles in King Delita's ascension, and cleared our my ancestor Orendurai of the false accusation made against him by the church. Should we not see the Alma first? God and his Koreans thus believe she is in no immediate danger, and as her illness is not one of the body but of the mind. To borrow their words, her spirit is in a state of unbalance and merely requires time to right itself. We'll be fine as long as she remains in bed. The last thing she needs any further excitement, especially at the pulse of these meddlesome mole-bats. Though I must admit, not looking for her more proved been more useful than I would ever dare to imagine. When it comes to usefulness, I am first in field, or was it furriest in field? Would you like to feel my fur, Kupo? And you wonder why Rams are the spices you saw, brother. They do all the work, and all you do is jest, Kupo. When you're seeing her, I've been you're really not ill, well, any further ill, that is. If anything, I owe my thanks for your recent contribution. You are different. You are not the same person. Who are you? He thanks. Are you hearing what I'm hearing? What happens to the venom spinning adder we all used to know and hate? Almost certainly seems pleased with the change, but forgive me for not buying into this all too convenient transformation. Simply showing the role I actually existed will not validate the claims chronicled in the derived papers. Right now I'm predicting that he's possessed by the other Ramza. I'm predicting. That's correct, Father. The key lies with Ramza Beliveau. If we can find evidence of his hidden role in history, it will prove Oron's testimony is true and safeguard our family name from ridicule. Which is why I turned the focus of my research to Deletia's forgotten companion, his actions during the War of Lions. It was one that I discovered something most intriguing, an underlying struggle with an unknown force, a force with the power to bring about calamitous ruin. Orosite, the twisted abominations we encountered in both Lysalia and Gog, the Luvasai. They were born of the unholy crystals. While nobles in the north successful all over, I realized the crown Ramza suddenly sought to rid the world of dark evil. Evil manifests from the deepest desire of men and women whose mind had fallen prey to Orosite. And with each confrontation did Ramza's fellowship grow smaller. Countless companions lost the cause that would go unwritten, yet was far more important than any clash of armies. And so did they endure until reaching their final destination, the Orbone Monastery. Ah yes, I know this one. The Orbone Monastery is where Princess Oviela was raised. There's a scene about it in the Zodiac Brave story. After Deletia emerged victorious in the final campaign, he married the princess to legitimize his claim to the throne of Ivalice. I see someone has been paying attention. But I don't understand why would Ramses crusade against the Luzave take him back there? According to the derived papers, sinister being who endangered the Orosite were said to have slumbered beneath the monastery. But who or what would have the means to create something so powerful? Ultima, the High Seraph. Wait, what? Okay, either it's a coincidence that it has the same name as the Ultima weapon, or that's something different. Or it's the same thing. I don't know, I guess I'll find out. Seraph? Or what? What's a seraph? Seraphs are believed to be some servants of the gods, divine beings whose only purpose is to carry out the will of their immortal masters. As to whether or not Ultima can claim this title, however, I cannot say. Hmm. Just as there were those who chose to worship Ultima and her otherworldly might, there were equally as many who feared the visitor and her deadly magics, often referred to her as the Angel of Blood, for the carnage left in her wake. The Ultima. Interesting. What if the spell does us claim... Oh, it's literally just bringing it up now. It's actually mentioning it. Interesting. What if the spell Delta claims to have experienced in the Praetorium, coincidentally also called Ultima, was in fact an elegant interpretation of the very magics introduced to Eidolon by the High Seraph? What that would mean? What would that mean? I've spoken with several colleagues back at Charlian regarding their opinions on the ancient incantation, and while they yet have little to show for the research, but they all agree on one thing: the manner in which Ultima theoretically manifests should not be possible, at least on Eidolon. So it naturally makes sense if we discovered that the Alligans learned the spell from being on not this dimensional plane, and as to exactly how they convinced that being and to impart its knowledge onto them. Not of this plane. What manner of creature are we talking about here? Likely one similar to Omega. So I guess this takes place after... Oh yeah, I guess this takes place... Oh yeah, it would, because... This takes place after Omega's done. I guess that means. Well, I'm sure it's going to tell me right now. How long have you been listening from the shadows, my friend? Long enough. I'm here to deliver the item Makoto requested. Sid, there is no need for you to deliver personally. A Moogle would have sufficed. A Moogle, and trust that he won't tear open the package and show it to some random adventurer? No, this is far too important. If you don't mind, the principal was about to tell us how to find the Unurban monster. Would that I could. You don't know? Then what have we been doing here? I need to say, Merva. Did Rye Papers speak of the cataracts situated on the river Zero, several leagues southeast of Robert Monastery? There supposedly lies the monastery. Searchlight is not a name you will find on any modern Damascan map. Rivers, however, especially ones as large as the Zerchiel is established to be, are rare in a nation more than half claimed by sand. The river we seek can only be that of which bisects Golemore and the Zeshan border. And what for invaluable if you wield eggs to our brothers Moogle. Their travels have made them veritable authorities on Damascan geography. Wait, Roller claimed you didn't know the monster's whereabouts. I'm confused. Its location is not what concerns me. Perhaps the Moogles themselves should explain. Why, certainly. The verdant valley of vines and vipers to where we must voyage next is home to the Viera, and therein lies our problem. The one thing Viera do not suffer as trespassers, not even lovable Moogles, Kupo. Our glamours kept us hurting long enough to see the jungles teeming with ruins, much like those we discovered in Lilith and Gold. But the Viera truckers eventually found us and took us before those. We barely escaped through our palms, Kupo. So that is why we're still here talking instead of bound for the border. They are Vera, who've spurned a strict code of their tribes, abandoning their people to come and live in cities of Damaska, fighting and recruiting ones to our cause might provide us with insight on how to reach the Orabon monastery ruins. Unfortunately, the nation's current turmoil has not made it easy to accomplish the task. We require more time. Before boarding the shuttle, here I stopped by, Vanga on the dock. He asked me if I knew a Delta Levana and bid me deliver her message. I told him he was welcome to accompany me to the premises so that he might deliver the message himself, but the man refused. Locals, I saw this device crafted to your exact specification, but cannot guarantee that it will function as intended, seeing as I am nearest subject to test it on. Of course, Master, if any trouble is met, then most likely it is my design that is to blame. The confidence in my craftsmanship is flattering, but you sell yourself too short, my dear. Here's to your success. Good day. Oh, there she is. I sense that you are interested in the package Sid delivered. I have every intention to surprise you with concepts, but first we should speak of Alma's condition. Do you not find her also too timely? General Sinrasu would like to believe that her bouts of vertigo are not but the result of mind fatigue, but the answer is clear. It is the aura sight that plagues her. Alma recently confided me that she would hear her father speaking with the Odys well before even his first foray into Rabanastair. However, I do not think it's entirely true, which is not to imply that Alma was trying to deceive his father. I think she saw something that led her to believe her father was conversing with the aura sight. Or I suspect it was the aura sight itself that granted her the vision. You recall my hypothesis on distinct frequency, NRR-type harmonic vibrations and see ethereal amplification, or when I mentioned that despite being in the principal's possession for an extended period, the Otis exhibited another printing present in the Domon, no? The Otis has never resonated with Generos, it has always been his wife's pendant, and its aurosite shard, the Virgo, that fueled his passion for eyelashes. No, the Otis is bound to Alma's desires, whatever those may be. The only reason I can fathom that Alma's not falling victim to aurosite's grasp is that her desires are not as strong as those that we've witnessed in Argoth or Bagamans, that are in the ethereal interference caused by other nearby shards. I've explained all this to Alma and recommended that she destroy the necklace, yet she don't refuse. She begged me to keep this revelation from her father. And so I did one thing. I devised a means which I might impede or at least lessen the effects of the Otis. This device, while still incomplete, will amplify the NR wavelengths emitted by the Virgo. This should work to interfere with those emitted by the Otis, thereby shielding Alma from the blunt other effect. The city below is abuzz with word of Banga, Briga, and loitering about. The airship landed. Do you think it could be someone we know? Kupo? Apologies, but I need to speak with you, and you alone. Oh, don't make me, Kupo. I'll be floating over here, perfect earshot. Why you? What makes you think I won't lay you low right here, right now? Because you're here to offer a proposition. That's what we need information on Goldenmore Jungle, and I thought a man as well traveled as you might persuade you to provide some. Golmore, you of all creatures should know that it's Viera land. What are you offering then? Why not tell us what you know? Generalist believes our next adventure lies in the jungle canopy, Kupo. I would have expected as much. Gerald, I came to ask if you would meet someone. Now it seems that someone may be able to assist journalists as well, seeing as you and the principal did right by us before. I do not see a reason why I cannot take both of you. Let me know when you're ready to depart from us. We will travel in our airship. The Princess would draw too much unwanted attention. The life of grandy in the clouds, Ari. Of course not. Not that it didn't cross our minds, but when faced with the decision of what to do next, we need simply a reminder of the dying words of our leader. Kiku run up to our side to Rin Mist ask Damaskin Yulsalars. And the occupying garlands actually said yes, Kupo? Not exactly. We're now with the resistance. You no doubt heard of the uprising in Damascus that followed the Domain liberation and how it was crushed under the iron heels of the 4th Legion. The resistance leaders were captured, tortured, and publicly executed, yet much of the Empire's charge and the gruesome display only served to further rally the survivors. Remove one head and 2 grow back in its place. Remove 2 and then there are 4. A person can die, but an ideal will live on. Now there exist several factions throughout Dalaska. We belong to one known as Lent's Tears. And we told the command officer recent crossing with you and yours. She simply insisted that we introduce you. Me? But I wasn't even supposed to be here, Kupo. Not you. Not you, Hairball. Her. Neither General and her principal Delta. If you're not interested, we shall return to Kuganaham. We have our. Huh? Kuro got your tongue? Rasnir's dead ahead, lads. Right back here. I swear, if you guys betray me. This way, with many moms to cover before nightfall. Done at last, I bring you the Liberator. And here I thought she'd be taller. Hey! I knew Aviera. I am Fran, proud daughter of the Dalaskan and General of Lent's Tears. And yes, Mughal, I am Aviera. Are you surprised? Well, yes, in fact. Your kind is supposed to be living amongst the trees, having shown contact with the outer world. Well, there are supposedly a few who have left their homes, but I most certainly did not expect to see one here in the sewer. Indeed. The Mega seems to seek Orborn. Does he speak true? Those ruins lie deeply in Galmordor, a place most secret to my sisters. They would take great offense were you to defile it with your presence. What's more, Bargo tells me you travel with gardens openly and those who would see our nation bird. How can we place our trust with one who would do so? Your sins from protected long ago. They are not your enemy. Garland's guardian, the prophetic temple absolution only proves their past guilt. Mr. Arrow, kind Heroes does not prove the Emperor's war. He wants to help the Alaskan and impoverish masses, Kupo. And what would a Mughal know about him? Does your blood run Dalaskan red? We could cut you open to find out. General, there is no need for threats. You're right, Bogey, then let us parley. Parley? Parley. First resistance requires men and women from Arizona and Eastern Alliances to join us in ridding Damask of Imperial invaders. Your past deeds have made you well known to leaders of both. They will listen to you. Or if not, they will listen to the science to which you claim allegiance. Second, resistance requires gold to strengthen our forces from within. Your allies are these are our trading company, which continues its dealings with Garland even as you raise your sword against them, profiting from the Empire's rapid aggression. As targets of that aggression, I believe our people are entitled to a portion of those profits. Grant me these evil things, and I shall personally guide you to safety to the ruins of Orborn. And what are the Lex entails? See me victory, and I'll take the Emperor himself. These are my conditions. What say you? I will deliver your request to the Scions, but I can promise no more. Tell them my demands, but know the fate of Expedition 9 is on how well you do so. I say our work cut out for us, Kupo. Alright, you and the followers are the company labor. I expect a detailed report on how my demands were received. Yes, General. So I assume this is also a peek into the next expansion. Not that I expect them to be taken seriously. You are a fool to trust them, Princess. Kajiko, just thinking by tomorrow, we could be the newest members of the Oscar Resistance. Not that I'm ready to give up my place on the Prima Vista just yet. Hmm. 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 Oh, then wait. So like similar to the aura, aura. Oh, I still cannot pronounce aura. Oh. Hurry here, if you don't tell someone of our adventure quick, I'll positively burst Kupo. No one asks much of us. There have ever been wary of outsiders for centuries. Their many tribes have remained hidden in the jungles, content with their self-imposed solitude. Each tribe has its own strict code and will met switch punishment to any who would defy their laws. As such, many Viera will spend their entire life bound to their territory of their ancestors, both unwilling and unable to venture beyond its borders. And while the tribes are wholly independent, they have agreed to uphold a single standard: shun all contact with outside world unless it is to protect the jungle. That said, with every generation there are Vir who long for life beyond the verdant sea of trees and abandon their tribes to start new life in the kingdom cities. My guess is that Fran is one such individual, who also happens to be the only individual we know who can guide us to the monastery, Kubo. It seems Delta's sworn arm won't be enough to see us through this predicament. She'll need to don the right mantle of diplomat for her to convince alliances and the East Elder and our children will gonna say what could go wrong. Yes, yes. I know you said not to call unless it was urgent, but this is urgent. Alright, not exactly, but my superiors have come to a decision on your request. And I thought you might want to hear what they had to say. Oh, and let me forget any request for immediate disclosure with a reminder that the information is much too sensitive to discuss over link from. Meet me at the rubies of our posties, and I shall duly apprise you of their judgment. Well then, Delta, what are we waiting for? I've read about how you united the whole of Aor's under a single standard and given to the Holy See the end of 1,000-year conflict. Compared to that, asking for a few soldiers and a coffers or 3 gills should be a piece of rollerberry cake. I suppose we should inform Boggy down at the Kukani Land of our progress. He mentioned he was to keep an eye on us. So you've an answer from these orders are impressive. It would seem the Light Friends has an amazing influence among the realm's prayers. I assume you have no objections to me joining you then? The pilot made me go in. I went in because I'm so used to always having to come in that I didn't realize to talk to them out here. How go we suppose our shall we, Delta? A lovely lady and Avanga. And here I was expecting you to be alone, Delta. Excuse my name, I'm Hakak, representative of the East Alderner Catering Company assigned to oversee your assets here in Kugani. It is a pleasure to meet you. Yugiri! And I am Yugiri. Apologies for making you come all this way. Not that it's far from land to M. Wage, was it? I serve Lord Hines, rightful ruler of Dawn. I have come bearing our nation's reply to your entreaty. And I am Totaro, the Signs of Tendal. I'm here seeing that no one else could be bothered. Well, that and the bear message from the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance. Thank you both for coming. I am Wage, formerly of the Damascan Royal Full Source. I am now allegiance to Lanceteer, a resistance group seeking to accomplish what you have in Doma and Alamigo. What tidings have you brought us? How do we begin? While these other trade companies sympathize with your plight, we are not in a position to grant you the fund you seek. As you are aware, these are treatment prides itself in its new charge, be it matters of political or personal. And our relationship with theirs are yes. What I meant to say was here in Hiyashi, the East Arlen tribe itself in its new charge, be it political and Mr. friend. Simply supplying coin to any one group would make it appear we somehow favor that group over another. Seeing as we conduct business openly and fairly with everyone, doing so would be sending the wrong message. And ultimately harm profits, yes. And by selling to both sides, you maximize profits while good men and women perish. How convenient. We are businessmen. We must do a serve. That does not mean, however, we are blind to the needs of our customers and our allies, which is why we support those who are in their effort to seek other realms' freedom through a mutually beneficial agreement. If it were my choice, I would provide you little resistance with all the funding it needs, but as my good friend Delta knows all too well, it is not my choice. Now that costs literally lower tiers, you won't be as crestfallen when I from the Eorzean Alliance will also be unable to provide any assistance. Let me guess, you did everything in power to try and convince leaders of each CC, only watched play decline our proposal, claiming the unfortunate lack of intelligence or resources? Wait, how did you... My sense is agreeing to you and yours. Having recently found strength through the newly formed alliance with our new nation, Stoma is open to further welcome like minds. All Wascan brothers and sisters suffering under the imperial yoke. However, word has the latest attempted letter film resulting in loss of countless lives, including many of the resistance leaders. You are not mistaken, our army is not what it once was. The reigning have been forced to take refuge deep beneath the streets of Rabanastir. The 4th Legion has already defeated you once. Lacking unity and leadership, their current resistance will not survive under their tilt against the Empire's disciplined ranks. If the is to join Hands with the Dawson as an ally, you must first prove to us that you will stand as one.